Hello, Christian Morality Online. This video is talking about how to find the best quality sources for your Moral Heroes of Christianity infographic project. I want you to be able to find the best sources in the least amount of time. So let's get started. The first thing I'd like you to do is to go to the Moral Heroes of Christianity infographic project directions in Google Drive. You've already decided which of the heroes you would like to research for your infographic. And so I'd like you to skip down to infographic requirements, and you can skip down there by using this bookmark shortcut. Okay, so what does your infographic have to contain? It has to contain all of this stuff about your moral hero. This is going to be essential for you when you're doing your research, because it's not going to do you a lot of good to find an article about your hero's favorite movie when that is not really something you need for your infographic. You want to be able to find out about his virtue, her moral development, his conscience, etc. Those are going to be key. Now let's do a few Google search tricks. So for the purposes of this video, I will be looking up information about Oscar Romero, who is not one of our options, as you can see, for this semester's infographic. So if you're like most of my students, you'll probably go to Google and type in Oscar Romero. Well, this is going to lead you on a very general search of information that's going to be mainly news related. As you'll notice right away, a lot of this stuff is really recent and about how the Archbishop was recently moved along the road to sainthood by the Pope. These articles are not going to necessarily give you a lot of information for what you need for the infographic project. They might give you a lot of information about his biographical information, that is, where he was born, how old he was when he died, kind of what happened in his life, but not a lot of information about his faith life, his moral development, etc. So let's talk about how to do a smarter, faster Google search to get to what you need quicker. First of all, it's helpful to give Google more information about what you're looking for. So if we're looking to try to find out about Oscar Romero as a moral hero, let's go ahead and give Google a little bit of insight as to what we're looking for. So this is going to pull up a couple of different iterations of someone looking into Oscar Romero as a moral hero. So let's click on this one, moralheroes.org. All right, so it looks like we've got some basic biographical information. That's good. Now, do we want to quickly find if there's anything about virtue on this page? Yes, we do. So I'm going to hit Control F or open Apple F and search the page for the word virtue. Nothing. Conscience. Aha. A little something about conscience. I could highlight this, save it to my Digo account, and come back to it for later. I'll type the word conscience there to remind me that this is about Oscar Romero's conscience. Okay, so I kind of like this page. It seems to be along the lines of what we're needing, and I'm wondering, where are there other pages like this in the internet world? So I'm going to go ahead and just copy the URL, and now into Google I'm going to type the word related and put a colon, and then put the address of this page, and then Google's going to look for pages like this page. Okay, so here we've got a biography of the Archbishop from the United Nations website, it looks like. Another biography on this website called followingjesus.org. Something in US Catholic about Oscar Romero. Your teacher has said that uscatholic.org is an excellent source. Well, she's saying it now. So let's go there. Okay. So again, let's see, what do we have? Do we have something about virtue? No. Do we have something about conscience? No. What if I want to see if anything in the U.S. Catholic site has anything to do with Oscar Romero's moral development? Well, there's a way to search for that too. So I could do moral plus Romero plus, and then type site colon and enter the site of http uscatholic.org. Let's see if there's anything here that talks about morality. Okay, interesting. Okay, so this looks like it's an article about a high school teacher, hooray, who teaches about religion in high school. Could be interesting. Let's see again. Anything about virtue? No. Conscience? No. Moral? Okay, moral. Couple mentions of morality. This article might be worth a look through. We also might go back to our search and do moral development plus Romero on that site. Okay, so some better things to look at, and all of these would be very good sources for our project. Another cool Google trick is that you can search by file type. So let's say you want to find all of the PowerPoints. So you would type file type colon PPT about Oscar Romero. Boom. Now you've got like a dozen PowerPoints to look at, some of which are going to be put together by high school students like you. Some of which, though, are going to be put together by more formal organizations like CatholicSocialTeaching.org in the UK. So again, to find PowerPoints about your person, file type colon PPT, and then you always want to put your person's name in quotation marks. That's going to find the more accurate things for what you're looking for. Okay, one more trick. You know, we're always trying to find the most credible sources that we can. And generally speaking, sites that end in .edu are credible, meaning they're put together by people who know what they're talking about. So let's see if we can find an edu site that talks about Oscar Romero and virtue. Ah, fantastic. Something from Notre Dame, something from Stanford. All of these would likely be credible sources put together by people who know what they're talking about. And then going back to our requirements, we could look up for Archbishop Romero's meta-ethical positions, see if he was an objectivist, a subjectivist, see if we can find any information about that. Oh, great. Here's some class that teaches about Oscar Romero and virtue ethics. I hope that these tricks will help you to find what you're looking for more quickly and to find really high quality sources for researching your moral hero of Christianity. So just to review, you always want to put your person's name in quotation marks. You want to add as much detail as you can for Google without being too crazy specific to try to find some better information. You can search within a site by using this function, typing your keywords, and then the word site, colon, and the site that you're looking at. You can find similar sites by using the word related, and then colon, and then the site that you kind of liked. See if there are other sites like that. And you can search by file type, PowerPoints, PDFs, and you can search by end of site like edu, org. Look at that, org is going to give you some crazy stuff. I'd stick with edu. And be as specific as you can be for what you're looking for. Fantastic. Happy searching, everybody.